Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up? Good morning, GMG. It's definitely not Friday. What? Tuesday. Great, it's Tuesday. March 11th, which honestly, I'm starting to get a little tired of this fucking month of March. I'm not gonna lie. It's so useless. It's like there's 2 months out of the year that kind of actually no, March is not useless. It's like the equinox of spring. I take it back because I was gonna say March and November are kind of like months, but it's all right. If price was going up, I wouldn't say that. So March 11th, 2025. 2025 is starting to feel like a long year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Yeah, like the first 2 months of 2025 are starting to feel like the last like 9 months of 2024. 2025. Look at that. It is another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. Another day in paradise with my co-hosts, Tyler and Logie. Tyler, Logan, good morning, boys. How you guys doing today?
Doing fantastic. Despite price action, it was 64 and sunny.
We were just starting to bounce, and then Trump says doubling tariffs from Canada. I'm just dying. But like just happened a minute ago. But I texted the chat. I'm like, no relief. 64 and sunny. What's 64 in like French terms? 64 F in Celsius. What's that? 17. Whoa, you guys are not far from me, and it's that warm. What?
Yeah,
I'm
we're all
jealous,
getting
man. Dude. Oh, it's 6 degrees here. Nice. What's that for you? What's that in freedom units?
50?
42.
Mm.
You like that, huh, Logan? Freedom units.
Freedom units, yeah.
You think Donald Trump's gonna make us use the Fahrenheit soon, or the imperial metrics? That's one thing I will never concede to Donald Trump and his administration. We'll always use meters, kilometers, and Celsius over here. I stand by that. When I become prime minister.
It does seem like one of those outlandish things that he would potentially promise to do, which nobody should do because metric is better and like
Gulf of America, you know, like we're renaming Celsius to Fahrenheit. That sounds exactly like that. Logan, how you doing? Is it warm where you at?
Yeah, it's pretty nice here as well. The sun is shining, clouds nowhere to be seen, just bright blue skies, birds chirping. I mean, outside of prices, Tyler's got it. Outside of prices, it feels pretty good to wake up today. I
just checked. It's gonna be -2 Fahrenheit tomorrow here. So we're not getting any relief here. We're like the crypto market in Montreal. Every time we think things are looking up, we're getting smacked back down. We may even get hit by a snowstorm at the end of March at this rate. There's some months of March where we had like weather like you guys, but not this one. Anyways, speaking of the weather, today on the show, market report. I have no idea what that's got to do with the weather, but it is the weather report when you think about it. Market report, Tyler's up 1,000. We have a partner coming on the show, IONet. IO.net. That's a nice domain name, actually. Robit loot box spins. We're going to make someone some money. Last time we did that was Friday. And the last spin won a punk, if you remember well. And he sold it. I love that. I saw the sale this morning, right? If I'm not mistaken, you guys shared it in the chat. $80,000, man. 80,000 United States dollars. Mustard. I'm curious what you're gonna do with the money. I want to follow your journey of seeing what you do with the $80,000. Maybe he bought it. Oh, maybe he bought a whole Bitcoin. I'm curious about because he doesn't know MB PFP. I'm curious. I'm curious if he went the Bitcoin out of the punk route, Tyler. Ooh, Mustard, if you hear this, DM me. I'm curious what you're doing with that. You don't have to, by the way. And then last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxis. Galaxis is a Web3 platform empowering creators and brands to build unstoppable communities with full ownership and independence, trusted by icons like Donald Trump, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, and the NBA, shaping together the future of engagement, but also Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto, as recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Tyler, I'm going to go straight to you, Papa.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler T on FOMO Hour cause the kids can't miss.
Freedom back some bears. Yeah, folks, yesterday was a historically bad day in the stock market. 1.75 trillion wiped out. Crypto was not immune, but this morning, Bitcoin's actually green on the day, near 81,000, up 1%, ETH down 7%, that ETH Bitcoin ratio. now down to 0.023, one Bitcoin, 43 ETH right now. That is a staggering number. We did see an alt move was up 12% on the day. Their mainnet went live and they had an ETF launch, or at least announced as well. IP was up another 3%. That token continues to outperform. In headlines, we saw Trump. He's planning to sign another crypto executive order, intending to roll back some of the anti-crypto banking rules established under the Biden administration. At the same time, SEC interim chair Mark Iuda is looking to pull back the SEC's jurisdiction over crypto. They don't want to get their hands in the mix right now. Yesterday, I'll hit it again. Saylor's strategy, planning to raise another $21 billion in equity sales to finance more Bitcoin purchases. So that's a huge amount. Coinbase keeps breaking the news, folks. They plan to launch 24/7 perps futures for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then some breaking news this morning, 2 pieces. So Senator Loomis, a hype video for her Bitcoin Act. She is planning to reintroduce that to Congress today. So we'll see if that falls on more welcome ears now. And then Fidelity filed for ETH staking ETF. So 2 pretty big headlines right there. And token airdrop and protocol news, Bubble Maps launched its BMT token and airdrop here this morning, while also introducing their new Intel Desk as a community-driven platform for investigations. We saw the team behind Arbitrum, Off-Chain Labs Research. They announced an official ARB strategic purchase plan, so more buyback. Nice. Moves Mainnet, as I mentioned, went live. They secured an ETF. Myriad, 2 new money markets out there, folks. We're going to have to dive into these. One for Bitcoin price, and then one for the upcoming F1 race. And then Jupiter DAO voted not to give Meow any tokens until 2030.
Oh, wow.
Giving his allocation to new team members into fund expansion. That's a long ways away. So
2030.
2030. For Meow to get those tokens.
In builders terms, that's nice. 5 years, but it is long way. I have to say that's not wow. Crypto's used to like 5 months.
Yeah, we'll have to dive more into his compensation plans. I have to imagine that he gets compensated in other ways, or else
I'm sure
is a long.
Meow's done well. Meow's done well. I'm sure. He's done very well.
For sure he has. A quick roundup of the rest. So AI continues to fall. Market cap down another 7% to 3.9 billion. Graphane, a couple headlines. Graphane introduced new sponsored AI agents where creators can customize agents and sponsor their actions for their customers. And then the Accelerate DAO shared a first glimpse of their new crypto AI agent called Alpha Pulse AI. So we'll see how that continues to develop. Memes are down, not a huge surprise, about 7% across the board. And then in NFTs, Sam Spratt announced the finalists for the Masquerade and opened up secondary trading for Mass of Lucy. I saw the floor around $7,000 USD here this morning, so it's around 3.5 ETH. So we'll see.
Has there been secondary sales yet?
As of last night, there wasn't, and I didn't have a chance to check it this morning.
I guess we'll check on the show. That's good. Love Sam. Killing it. Always killing it. But that's what happens when you do everything with intention, you know? Mm-hmm. So love to see. I think you guys had him on the show when I was away, right?
We did. Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer. I love Sam. He's a good guy. All right. That's good. That's a good roundup. I mean, let's start with price action, right? Price of our coins. Last night, Tyler, when the Tyler D household was asleep. Again, every time you're asleep, we got absolutely obliterated because I was up for that. Logan, were you up for that?
No.
I was up for that. Let me tell you guys, those Asian sessions are starting to not be so appetizing. You know, it went from Asia is buying, or you know, Asia's buying. Get excited to please Asia stop selling, or just stay asleep. As soon as the Asia session opened, guys, I just watched the coins get decimated. Solana went as low as $113. We had Bitcoin go as low as $77,000. It was like a 2K candle down in one second. Ethereum went to 1870, and it appears that the Ethereum Foundation is long with the liquidation price of $1,100. I think we should talk about that too. I mean, what do you guys make of this right now, boys? I mean, where do we find our bottom? Even now, you talked about good news, but it looks like even with the good news you just gave us, Tyler, Bitcoin is lower.
For ETH hit 1770 last night, not 1870.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 17. You're right, 17. Yeah, 1750 on Binance.
People said that 1500
Yeah.
was the target. If it lost 2000, I didn't think it would get there in a few hours. Like it was like 2000 had held and then it broke and then it was so fast, like in a matter of what felt like, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes on the Asia Open. It lost 1800, but then it did seemingly rebound. And then we saw that the tweets going around that the Ethereum Foundation might be that wallet.
Yeah, they got that loan, right?
Hundreds of millions, basically, with a liquidation of 1120. As I understand it, they've got plenty of capital behind that, which they could lower their liquidation price. So I don't, the meme of let's liquidate the
no, they're just gonna keep funding it. So like the liquidation at some point is probably like, let's say you were to go to like 1300, then they're gonna be adding more collateral. Like they're probably gonna keep collateralizing that until.
Probably need like triple digit ETH for a long time for that to seriously be in trouble. Hopefully we don't get there.
You don't want that for the sake of the industry, right? I know it's funny as a meme, but I don't think we want that for the sake of our industry in general.
Definitely not. I think just stepping back, we've kind of have had this pattern, right? Where Monday is a really red day. We kind of have some relief Tuesday to Thursday, some chop midweek. And then like we see what happens on the weekend, and typically a sell-off, either Friday or perhaps Sunday ahead of the week open. We might be playing that out again here this week. Like it's hard to get like super bullish on any near-term rebounds, right?
Yeah.
I think we got the jobs data came out this morning. Stocks were up and then they kind of reversed right after that news came out. So it looks like, the measures being introduced to slow things down are going to take more time. The wild card is CPI is tomorrow. So if inflation comes in substantially lower than where it has been, that would be a sign that progress is made, and perhaps we see some relief coming out of that. And folks think it is going to come in low tomorrow. The trueflation numbers, I'm not sure how much you can trust those. I think it is a different measure than what CPI uses.
Yeah.
But the trueflation numbers have been very low.
Yeah, I've heard Mando talk about that a lot, right? Trueflation. So,
and like we filled up the gas tank this week, and gas was $3 a gallon for normal unleaded. Like that feels lower than it has been. Granted, like I've been in like
what's $3 a gallon?
It's more.
Wow, you guys are paying 75 cents per liter.
Logan, how do you fill up gas much?
It's like 360 here. I mean, it's pretty high, at least where I am in Pennsylvania.
Per liter, right? Oh no, you're per gallon. So how much you said?
Maybe 350. It's somewhere in like the 345 to 360 range.
Do you guys know how much gas is in Montreal?
More?
Let me do it in gallons for you.
There's 4 liters in a gallon, roughly, right?
It's $6.5 per gallon. So divided, so 6.4 CAD to USD is $4.4 a gallon, at least.
I mean, I know that's expensive, but it doesn't even seem that outrageous, I guess, based on what we're paying. Yeah. It's like whatever, it sucks. I'm pretty used to it at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty wild though. Wow, Costco, look at that, 285. I've never owned a car in my life. To be honest, I can drive a lot, but I don't need a car. No kids, and I live in central Montreal, so we're good. Anyways, wow. Okay. That's interesting.
So that's gonna be big. I feel like today's just gonna be kind of a chop day.
€2 per liter? Holy shit. How much is gas where y'all are at? Comment below. I want to see comments on Twitter, and you can say per gallon, per liter. If you want to do 1 gallon is 4 liters for the.
Oh, Jeeves is saying $2.70 by him in Denver. Wow.
Okay. Wow. But see, that adds up. Like, people have trucks and stuff. Like, I know the difference is not substantial, Logan, but like over time, like, you add it up and it's a lot of money.
Oh, it matters.
It says $3.50 a gallon at the nearest gas station to me. Right down the road.
Yeah, US doesn't know how good they have it yet. You guys have it good, man. On the price. I mean, look, we can go to Middle East. You should have seen. I filled up a Porsche in Dubai. It cost me like $10. I was like, hey, yo, because it's pumping straight out of the soil, it's going straight out of the ground.
Well, anyways, you know why we have it good. Like we're the number 1 oil producer now.
And you guys, yeah, drill, baby, drill.
You're gonna have so much oil. You're gonna say, Mr. Trump, we have enough oil. We don't.
We have
need
enough.
oil.
You're gonna get
People have
so
so
tired of
much.
winning. You're gonna get so tired of winning. Oh my god, I could use some of that winning right now, boys. I could, yeah, because I've seen my net worth get slashed in half since the last couple of months. Anyways, Tyler, right back at you. So markets. I mean, we're looking at some data's coming in tomorrow. We also have FOMC on the 19th. It's 18th, 19th, but 19th is when Powell speaks. So I'm assuming we should be expecting a lot of volatility until then, right?
Yeah, I would think so. There's going to be a lot of eyes on CPI tomorrow. Then, of course, we'll just push to what Powell has to say a week out. But again, like I don't want to. I'm still like tempering any kind of excitement. Like
Yeah.
it still feels too soon.
It is too soon.
for all
Yeah.
this to start to recover. I'm not necessarily. I've been trying to think more and more through like how long is this going to last, and I still haven't really got to the point where I think it's going to go more than 6 months. Really?
Yeah. Okay. 6 months. Yeah. I think we'll in for a few months and then we'll be fine.
It's
Also-
yeah.
6
It would
months.
be
6
great to have
months.
these,
Oh man.
It takes us to September, but like I guess here's the thing.
Look, it's done, dude.
So many like the classic school of thought is always anyway like sell in May and go away. Sell in May, go away. Like summers are rarely.
It would be funny if we rip in the summer, huh?
Yeah, and that possibility is on the table for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the chart said June, so the astrology said, "Hey, there's a blood moon, March 14th on Friday. I'm gonna be long in the blood moon just for fun. I'll be selling the shit out of it on Sunday, by the way. So I'm keeping 48 hours position. But last time we had a blood moon, I remember that we went insane. I think it was in France or something. It was there's a blood moon every year, yeah, or something. Anyways, it was absolutely nuts. Listen, I know we don't have too much time because we have guests and some stuff to go over. So let's go over some of your topics today, Tyler. What are your top here?
Well, the Loomis reintroducing the Bitcoin Act is interesting. We have to give it some attention, right? So this is the act where the U.S. does, in fact, buy
Bitcoin.
I'm trying to think how much per year, like a pretty substantial amount. Where they try to, I think it's 1% per year. Like they try to accumulate. No, they try to accumulate 1% of the Bitcoin supply over 5 years. I think that was the terms. Logie, if you're able to maybe pull that up while we're looking at this, I forget the specific details, but substantial purchasing. And now that we've got more, it seems like more approval from folks. It's being more widely talked about. Trump keeps endorsing it. More states are starting to get on board. Is the door more open for this? Once again, I'm not like holding my breath that this is going to pass, and it doesn't seem like it has like overwhelming support by any means. But I don't know. Maybe it's got a little bit more chance than it did. So this is going to be a big one. The Fidelity launching the ETH ETF staking. Like I think we've seen this telegraphed to a degree.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to be moving markets that much, but those definitely seem to be coming.
Tyler, you may have. Sorry, you may have said this, but what I just pulled up real quick from Congress.gov from the Bitcoin Act was 1 million Bitcoins over a 5-year period.
Okay.
Yeah, because some people are reporting 1 million with the dollar sign, but it isn't $1 million.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, that's not impressive. Like the average, like I know a lot of people doing that, but it seems like it's 1 million Bitcoins.
Right. That's the way that I'm reading this, unless it's been modified. This is from the 2023-2024.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's it. It's an 80 at current price. It's $81 million bid, but over time it's probably going to be higher, right?
Yeah, 80 billion. Yeah, so that's substantial. That's 5% of the supply, roughly. So that's a big deal. I think just the chance that it goes through is probably putting somewhat of a floor on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We've got the Myriad market. It's going to be a sweat. The line's 80K. What, for Sunday?
So the way it works, the line closes on Sunday at midnight UTC, but you can only predict until Saturday. It's like one day before.
Okay.
So it causes more uncertainty. So it's gonna be an interesting line. So you have to place it. So you have until 11:59 p.m. UTC. The market closes then. Let me see. Yeah, exactly. So exactly 24 hours before. So let's say Saturday night at midnight, which goes into Sunday, and then it'll be depending on the price on Sunday night. So that'll be interesting. That's a good market, honestly.
It is. What I like about this one is the volatility that's going to come into play. So like it's going to close right around that time in the evening where we see the sell-offs typically.
Yeah.
Those sell-offs do happen.
Yeah.
So even if Bitcoin's at like 81K Sunday morning, like you're not feeling super confident in this position in by any means. If it's at 79.5, you're also like you're swaying the reverse, right? Where we get perhaps a surprise pump on the Asia Open. So it's going to be a sweat right up until the buzzer there. I'm on the yes side, and I was planning to perhaps maybe swap to no closer to Sunday, but we'll see.
I think this is one where you might be able to kind of just like play the plus money in and out, as we approach, depending on the price, of course. Like if we get too far extended above 80, I think the no becomes intriguing just because of the volatility, as you mentioned, Tyler. Like you can go up or down pretty significantly really quickly. So playing the opposite side here at plus money, and just being nimble. That's I can't use the markets, but that's probably the approach I would be using.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally speaking. Are you guys on the over or on the under for that? I think Tyler, you took the under for now, and you're planning on trading it. Is that what you were saying?
I need to look. What side? I'm actually forgetting which side I'm on because I've been flip flopping so much.
I'm on the over for that. Oh wow, we just smashed below 80K, dude. It's crazy, man. See right now, like this morning, I bet you everybody was feeling like they're on the over. Right now, we just went below 80K, and I bet you people are. I mean, we just wanted 79K for a second, but we flashed back above. It's such a good line. I'm excited about this one. I help make some of the lines. It makes me really excited about them. So I don't take them. Like I can't. I don't play the market sadly for now, but I will soon. But if I were to take that one, I'd personally take the over. Oh wow, we just saw it switch in real time. The no just went up a little bit.
Yes, I would be on the no here for a time period, and as we approach, closer to that's
smart
50 whatever range, that's where I'd probably be. I mean, it's lame perhaps to be scalping little 10% moves here, but that's the market we're in.
I think
I'm not tired of winning, so I would take a win right now.
I don't think it's lame. I actually think that I genuinely believe that there's more money to be made predicting than playing the casino. And I think that's a fact. I mean, numbers don't lie. I've shared this before, but the win rate in preseason for Myriad was 73%. You don't get this win rate anywhere else. You don't get it at the casino. You don't get it on Pump Fun. You don't get it in the trenches. You don't get it trading coins. The average trader probably is much lower than that in terms of hit rate. So I think there's much more money to be made, especially in the bear market or downtrend than there is on this. Like, of course, like when coins are ripping up, there's more money to be made in markets, like just holding, let's say, Solana spot than prediction markets. But even now, like instead of being short, let's say you think that the Bitcoin is going to go lower. Would you rather be short with the chance of being liquidated or just bet, like predict it's going to go under 80K? You know what I mean? Even the risk is mitigated, in my opinion. So that's why we like prediction markets, to be honest.
Yeah, that's spot on. And you've got time to, even if you look like you're wrong, you can exit the position.
And you're not paying funding. You're not paying a fee. You don't have to put collateral. You don't have to worry about all these things, right? All you have to do is pay a little gas fee, which, down the line, we're gonna take that away from you guys. So, it's
Sorry. I also like the fact that like when you're playing these prediction markets, they are peer-to-peer in nature, in the sense that like I'm not playing against BlackRock or whoever else. It just feels as like little me, it just feels a little fairer. It feels, the edge feels exacerbated in either direction just a little bit. So I like that as well.
Yeah, you can find some edge. Like I think there's a little bit of edge in this Ferrari line. So like
one's fun.
I ran the numbers. I saw that closer to 72% based on current widely accepted sportsbook odds that one of the Ferrari guys would be on the podium. So
that's what I was looking at.
5, it looks like there's some value in there. Not a ton, but I mean, when you can get a 7% edge in sports betting, like that's pretty big.
Yeah.
In general. So
I like this one. I wanted us to put just Lewis, but that would have been harder right? Because he's just starting in a new car, and it's obviously hard because the first race of the season. It's his first time ever driving a Ferrari. But I like the yes here, but that's also because I'm biased. Like I'm a fan. Like I've been a Ferrari fan since Schumacher when I was a kid, right? So it's like, and also Lewis Hamilton's my goat. So I don't know, Logan. What do you think here? You're a big sports guy.
I don't know anything about F1, but I did the exact thing Tyler just mentioned.
No
went to
way.
Odds Checker. I went to Odds Checker and I was looking at odds for the win, which Leclerc is like 4-1 or something, and Hamilton's like 5.5-1 or something. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's odds for win place show or something like that as well out there. Although I was just looking at the win odds and just trying to extrapolate that way. I don't know anything about F1 at all. So
okay, we need tennis markets for this guy. So
yes, we do.
We definitely need tennis markets
Logan
for
will
this
clean
guy. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so these are good. I mean, I'm excited. You guys should check them out. I mean, if you're active in the space, Myriad.markets, check it out. We have three. The one that's going to be a sweat for us, not for the user, is the pump fund cumulative revenue to exceed. So basically, if you look at the trend that they've been going based on the last few weeks, because they make 1 to 1.3 a month a day, is million. That is, it would be 613. So we said 615. All it takes is a couple of runners, and there's 14 days left for this market to close, and it's based on the 31st. So I don't know. For now, the no is like a slap. It's a screaming no, but you just don't know. Like, what happens if the market just turns for a little bit?
I was going to be on the no side, and then you talked me into the yes side last week on the show.
No!
This is looking like my first loss in the Myriad.
You're blaming me already? God damn it!
I'm broke for all my personal decisions that I've made that impact.
Yes.
I didn't make a huge. It wasn't a huge bet.
No, I wouldn't go big on that.
I didn't. I mean, it really did fall off a cliff there. And it looked like it was kind of rebounding a little bit late last week, which is partially why. And then, of course, Sol falling off a cliff doesn't help us here either, because their revenue is denominated in Sol.
Yeah, this is true. What's happening? The markets. Wait, hold on. The markets are really volatile right now. We must have gotten some.
They're so volatile.
Yeah, but there's something going on.
I saw some major aluminum or something, I don't know, precious metal tariffs on Canada. Like,
yeah, I saw that, but then someone's saying Canada's backing down already. I don't know what's going on or what that means, but wow, can we just talk about this for a second?
Yeah, let's do it.
The bull run hasn't even begun. Myriad, he must be stopped, I think, at this stage. What do you guys?
That tweet's not as bad. I mean, it's in line, I guess, with the other one. So yesterday he tweeted the SPX is 1 to 100 billion, and that's the
that one killed me, bro.
Went nuts on, because I think it's at like 300 million now.
That one went viral.
Some people are just like, let this go already. I mean, the bull run hasn't started yet. Is kind of in line with some of the things that we've said about the broader golden bull run. And I've actually seen other people say.
So what, the 2019 comparison? Is that what you're talking about? Because I've seen Kobe talk about that before as well.
Yeah, that 2024 was kind of a fake out bull run.
So a lot of people compare 19 to 24.
Yeah.
To me, the best market take I've seen, because it's the take that they made a few months ago when Trump got into office. There's only two people that had that take. It was Wizard and Ovi, about it being very close to 2018 trade. In terms of macro, because when Trump came in, tariffs, pushed the economy into somewhat of a recession, or down only, and then things went up. And then if you look at, I actually really liked Osef's. For those of you who want to do a little bit of reading, Ovi wrote a good tweet yesterday explaining like his take on the market and how basically every single dip at the end of the day was like an opportunity to just accumulate. And I thought that was a good take here. That wasn't around really market wise in 2018. Was running a social media agency, so it's not like I was following the markets, but I thought that was a good take. So a lot of people are comparing this to 19-ish, Tyler. A lot of people seem to have that take.
Let's hope, but like at the same time, like let's acknowledge that like Bitcoin ran from like what were the lows in 2023?
$15,000.
So like it's hard to say like that wasn't a bull run. Clearly it was.
And Solana went from $8 to $290, and the president of the United States of America launching a meme coin on its chain. So there's that. Speaking of which, the code today is he wrote the bounce, BOUNCE. We're just manifesting. Bounce. Rafflebot.xyz. You want a chance to win a punk? Get over here. Bounce is the code. It's 4.25% chances that someone's gonna win a CryptoPunk today on the show. That's high odds, if you ask me. Robit, we're here to empty the vault here. We're gonna empty Robit's vault after people won red guys for like 6 months straight. So let's go. Let's do this. So rafflebot.xyz. The code is bounce. Anyways, Tyler, you had a stacked news cycle this morning. What else you got for us?
Yeah, real quick, I see the headline now. So Trump says all tariffs on Canada will disappear if they become our 51st state.
Jesus.
So that's not gonna happen though. Like, you guys think he's serious about it? Like, you know me, I joke about it, whatever. Like, obviously, I don't think I even want that. Like, yeah, I wouldn't really want. Like, I really love Canada as a country, and it's like people. Like, do you guys think he's serious when he talks like that?
Yes.
You think so? You think he means it?
Probably.
I think he's taken it too far at this point for it to just be something
like a shit post.
Yeah. Like how often has he talked about this over the last 3 months now? It's quite a bit. So I don't know. I take everything he says pretty literally at this point. I'm not really sure what the negotiation tactic here is. Like, okay, we won't make you our state.
Yeah.
Relax the tariffs. So
yeah, well, Bitcoin's not liking this morning, man. I mean, look at this red candle since we started the show. Right there.
Not great.
Bitcoin is not liking it. Not liking it at all. So maybe we should change that code, Sims. Yeah.
Code's not helping us. Yeah, there's a couple other headlines. So the buybacks are continuing. I think Arbitrum is the latest DeFi token. I think it's fair to call Arbitrum. Put it somewhat in the DeFi bucket.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's now too.
So they're talking about doing buybacks now. Off-chain Labs was the group that put this forward. I haven't seen details around specific numbers, amounts that they're planning to put into that. So I think stay tuned. That's going to be a key aspect here. But just the latest. And I think whenever there is a recovery, and I don't know when that's going to be, but it does seem like there will be a focus on these, revenue generating buyback DeFi protocols. I think that's going to be one of the stronger sectors whenever we do bottom. So that's going to be one to continue. We had a new token launch this morning from Bubble Maps. Looks like that's hanging out right around 90 to 100.
How was that? I heard they had a very good claim process and that the dashboard was clean. But I don't know anything else about it.
Yeah, they shared new details this morning about what it actually is. So they are launching an Intel desk where effectively it's going to be like decentralized investigations for on-chain sleuths. And the idea is there will be, folks can put up like things that you want this community to investigate, and then there will be BMT token rewards for those who put solutions.
Interesting. It's on BNB and Solana.
Like users deposit the tokens, and then they can allocate to one of the more to cases. So I think if you want someone to investigate your case, my read is that person will have to deposit the BMT tokens as kind of a reward. But I mean, in the scenario where, like, let's say you terribly get phished or hacked for $100,000, like, does it make sense to put 5K BMT tokens into a pool and have someone help you out? Maybe it does in that scenario. Like, if you think you've got this, if it gives you a better shot at getting some of that back. And I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but that was kind of my read on how it would work. There was questions about what the token will actually be used for. So like they did come out and answer that. It's tied to the Intel desk. And then you're showing economics for the airdrop here. I actually haven't had a chance to dig in.
Me neither. I'll look after. I know the guys. Saw them in Hong Kong, the French lads. So we'll see. I think it opened at 300 million FDV.
Yeah, it got pretty high on the open, and it's down a bit.
I mean, you're also like, kudos to them launching a token right now, like today.
They do not care about broader market conditions. That is,
there's a lot of FUD around it for sure.
I think the general FUD is like why they need the token.
I mean,
which-
isn't that around for 90% of their industry? You know,
Yes.
one of my favorite quants yesterday made a really good point. It's gonna be. I'm actually curious about you guys' take. Does Ethereum need a token?
What's the gas token, right?
What do you guys?
I think-
Logan, you're like,
Yeah, I think of any tokens in this place, Ethereum would need one more than most others.
yeah, forget
in
all
my-
the trash. Like,
in my
yeah, I think we
opinion.
know the trash should have a token.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's a hugely programmable blockchain with tons of smart contract type stuff that you need a gas token for, right? Correct me. I mean, I'm not the technical expert here. Is there some other way to do it without? I mean, I guess you could use with account abstraction that's coming with Pectra. You could use other tokens as the gas token.
Yeah.
Yes, but otherwise, like, is there anything else you could do? I don't know.
Maybe it's the L2s that don't need a token, you know. But there's something there.
Or we don't need the L2s, or as many of them.
Or as many of them. That's for sure. I mean, that's another conversation, but I genuinely think that L2s are
I
hurting
know.
Ethereum as a whole. For sure. And it's funny because the L2s are super PvP, but they claim to want to scale Ethereum, right? But that's another conversation, probably for another day, given the time. But I was just thinking about it because I'm like, to me, Ethereum is the single one of the I don't want to say one of the single greatest pieces of technology that's ever been invented by mankind. I genuinely believe that, which is why Myriad Markets, we are an Ethereum company. Doesn't matter what I personally hold, right? And there's a reason for that, because I think that it's extremely well done and robust and sufficiently decentralized. And I love that about it, right? But I like to compare it to like different other companies, like a Visa or like a MasterCard, where it's the most used platforms in the planet, let's say, but they don't have a token, nor do people understand how the processing work. I just tap my card, it works. I don't need to know how it functions. And so sometimes I think about Ethereum and I'm like, wow, like this is the greatest platform ever, but I don't think that doesn't mean that the price of the token should go up at all times. There's a world for me where Ethereum just stabilizes forever. Literally just stablecoin vibes. And then you use the Ethereum block, and then, but still it is the most used blockchain in the world. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just how I see Ethereum right now.
I mean, you can make the same argument for Bitcoin as well. Like one of its primary use cases is just that a currency,
Store value,
digital, that folks can send anywhere around the world trustlessly.
But the difference is that because it's only 21 million, price is bound to go up because of the supply that's available to be acquired. Like gold, right? Or actually gold, you keep finding more gold. But Bitcoin, you can't find more Bitcoin. But anyways, I thought that was interesting. We're meant to have a guest right now. I don't know if they're requesting. Oh, cancel. Never mind. He got the time wrong due to daylight savings. Dude, can we abolish? He'll come tomorrow. Shout out to IO.net. We'll come, I'm sure, tomorrow, after tomorrow. Can we cancel daylight savings already? It's so useless.
I think Trump is trying to. I think this might be the last time we change.
Vitalik agrees with him. I think last year Vitalik tweeted something about daylight savings being useless.
Very rare.
Very rare. Anyways, the code is bouncing. Well, then that means we do have more time. I don't know if Logan or Tyler, there's anything else you guys wanted to touch on, but we do have more time.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the Trump Elon comments. Did you see those last night? So I guess for to help set the stage, yesterday I tweeted about how Tesla stock was down 55%, which is interestingly the exact same percentage that Ethereum is down from the December.
Interesting.
High. So Tesla and ETH are both down 55% from their December peaks, which was, I mean, just highlighting how rapid this pullback was. This morning, it seems like Elon may have gotten in Donald's ear a little bit. He was talking about how Elon is putting it on the line, helping our nation, but the radical left are trying to boycott Tesla illegally. What was going on? What else did he say? He said, I thought he came out and told people to, he says, in any event, I'm going to buy a brand new Tesla tomorrow morning as a show of confidence and support. So Trump's going to go out and buy, I don't know, maybe a new Cybertruck. So we'll
I mean, shit's down though. Like it's pretty wild, but
see.
Markets are not getting any relief on that front either. 55% now.
I called this yesterday. I said Elon would have to be in his ear at some point. He had to have. Why else would he say
Elon's
this?
down quite a bit, and like they actually like the Tesla dealerships are like getting vandalized.
Yo, did you guys see that? That's crazy, right?
Yes, which is surprising because like it's clearly tied to Elon's role in the government, and there are a lot of people who are very against it. But I feel like even just 6 months ago, like people generally really like Tesla cars, and like Tesla FSD, their full service driving.
But this is wild, right?
Is a
like,
very innovative product. But yeah, these
so
are
people
serious.
like literally vandalizing Tesla employees' cars. Like that's like cars from the employees in the parking lots that are getting vandalized. That's actually wild. Is he not doing a good job though?
I think it's pretty much divided on party lines. For the most part, what I've seen. I think folks on the left think he's overreaching, perhaps breaking laws with what they're doing, going too fast, breaking things. I think on the right, folks are more in the aligned with we needed these types of cuts, and like this is a rip the Band-Aid off approach, and it's better to go fast. I think the reality is probably somewhere in the middle. I don't know that the deep legalities of everything they've been doing and if they've been overstepping some of the rules. I think in general, I'm in the camp of we need a more efficient
government. Joe Lubin had a good take yesterday, I think, on the matter. He wrote, this was his take, and he was saying, I hope this take doesn't upset people too much, as I understand many who might have been over-leveraged could have sustained losses today and recently. The actions we have recently seen by the U.S. government to reduce its own internal craft and corruption and to right-size the dependencies of people and other governments on the U.S. will very soon set up the U.S. to operate with more focus, lightness, and agility than it has in a long time. That's his take. And I think that guy's a pretty smart man, so...
Yeah, I keep saying this, right? This is still the best setup for crypto specifically that we've ever had. And I think a lot of the bulls out there still feel like whenever the Doge cuts kind of come through, it is setting up the US to move forward. Because like says it, more light, more agile, more focus. But it's hard for most people to see more than a few inches in front of their face.
It definitely is. And then in other news, I saw your Bitwise stuff this morning. That looks pretty cool. These guys are fucking killing it, man. Seriously.
That was sharp. So they highlighted how I think 70 companies now have effectively followed Saylor's MicroStrategy playbook, and meaning they are holding Bitcoin in their treasuries. And now it looks like they have compiled 70 have over 1,000 Bitcoin. Wow, that's a pretty decent threshold. So what they've done is created an ETF where you can invest in, it looks like the top 10 of those companies who hold at least Bitcoin.
Well, Mara is killing it, bro. I met these guys in DC. Pretty sure the boss was in the room. They're killing it.
Clean Spark, Riot. So Metaplanet's only 6. The Metaplanet has a lot.
I'm not sure if this is listed by maybe it is by the total holdings. I'm surprised I don't see like the block there. Tesla, I believe, holds more than 1,000 Bitcoin as well.
Corporations must hold at least 1,000 Bitcoin. Holdings are weighted by the amount of Bitcoin owned. The largest holding is capped 20% for diversification. Massive companies, wow, they have 1,000 Bitcoin.
Less, so that you see that, Logan. So if it's less than 1/3 of their balance sheet, they're getting a smaller weighting.
Got it.
So maybe that's why.
It's here. It's here. There you go. It's all here. They do. Mara does have way more Bitcoin than everybody else. 45,000.
Yeah, they're second.
But yeah,
that's not Riot.
Because Riot has more than Clean Spark. Okay.
Yeah, because it's weighted. See the weight here? So they're beating them by 0.03 points. But they still have way more Bitcoin, like by 7,000. Interesting. So Metaplanet has 2,800 actually. So there are quite a few people that have more.
Who are the 10 beyond or beyond show all holdings? Yeah, am I clicking that?
There you go.
Hive.
Hive.
Okay, similar.
HUD 8. Pretty sure Hut 8 is Canadian based. Cypher, Exodus.
Yeah, Block. Okay, there's Block. There's Coinbase.
Block has
Tesla. All right.
8,000. So you're right. Yeah, Tesla's 11,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, I
But-
actually worked on. There's a piece over at Decrypt. It's called the top 10 publicly traded companies with Bitcoin holdings. So I'm
Nice.
a little more familiar with some of these than not.
No, you're right. So
So I was
Coinbase has
expecting to see
9,000
those.
and Tesla is 11,000, but weighted they're at 1.39 and 1.27%.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine having 11,000 Bitcoin.
They
So-
have less, actually. They got
So to
some
get
from
on
the
this list- yeah, go ahead.
purchases. I'm sorry. I was just saying Tesla got some by people paying for cars with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That was
I remember that.
If you want to get your company on this list, you need $80 million. You buy 1,000 Bitcoin, now you're in the running. And it's
I'm
not like you necessarily, if you're bullish on Bitcoin, you didn't lose that cash, right? It's still
This is interesting.
still pretty liquid.
Wow. Surely we're about to enter a race of like who's gonna own the most Bitcoin. Like between countries and companies and individuals, like that billionaire that puts 70% of his net worth in Bitcoin. Like surely we're about to enter like there's gonna be something like that road that Kobe's talking about from 100 to 250. It's gonna come at us and it's gonna come at us fast. Obviously it's not gonna come at us tomorrow. Probably not in the next 3 months, but when it hits, guys, where does that put our pups? I actually want to go look at the price. So
Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's hurt ourselves some more.
Oh fuck! I haven't looked at the price of ordinals in weeks. Are you ready?
I pull up ordinals every day.
Oh my god!
Ordinals are hanging out around 0.04.
I'm almost at a full round trip here. We're talking about a 7 Bitcoin round trip.
Yeah, that's
Node
what
Monkeys at 0.04 was that was
Wow,
shocking.
Pups is $20 million, bro. This is insane.
Yeah, RSIC
Wow.
relatively strong at 15. the RSIC to Pups
With a
are-
whole $6,000 of volume, bro. Like
$6,000. There are other tools. We'll have to pull up the Odin board. I'm curious what that looks like. I'm not sure if I'm. Yeah, let's see what's going on Odin over here.
Oof.
Flashing. If you filter by volume, let's see what we got.
mm,
You see the volume header on the. It's like the fifth right column.
where?
On the
Like in the
dashboard
actual
itself.
table.
There.
Yeah, there.
There you go.
57 million?
That's got to be fake.
So there's huge volume pumping through this, but I don't even know what these.
Oh, those lifetime volumes? They must be lifetime.
Yeah, they have to be.
And that has to be like spoofed or something.
Maybe all right. So or maybe Dog and Pups aren't even on here yet. Like
No, they're not. They're not.
Okay.
They're not. I saw Bongo tweet about that shit. He's like, it's time to put the actual runes on there.
So maybe that's our saving grace is when Dog and Pups get on this Odin site and they can have more liquidity and live trading volume. So we're holding our breath. We got to figure out. So RSIC had promised something big coming for that 888 Bitcoin block, which I think is coming up in a couple of weeks. So I'm holding my breath.
Yeah,
to see what the RSIC
definitely don't hold your breath, please. We need you
I haven't
alive.
said anything in months, so I'm sure it's going to be huge.
It's gonna be huge, bro. You're gonna be so tired of waiting. You're gonna be so. The code is bounce, y'all. BOUNC. Actually, let's bring it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do the giveaway. Are you guys doing the other show later? Underexposed?
Underexposed, yeah.
Are you switching the name to Overexposed already?
No, we can't.
Oh, okay.
But we are all personally overexposed to the industry we show up to every day.
Oh yeah. I can't wait though, because like I genuinely there's a side of me inside of me. But obviously there's a permeable inside of me that Trump markets go down fast, but Trump markets recover fast too.
Yeah.
It's like it goes both ways. If you believe that we get wrecked very quick, you gotta believe that we recover fast. You know what I mean?
This is the thing about investing. Like I feel like there's a school of traders who try to like stable up and then swing trade Bitcoin and these other.
I can't do that.
If you can't miss the updates, like in this game, like if you miss the updates, you just chop your rewards so
Yeah.
much. It's not a game for me. I'm still a holdout guy.
Oh man.
I have Pups and RSIC tokens to this day.
Oh my god. All right, let's draw. Hey! Art Mommy! Art Mommy! Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Art Omi. I read Art Mommy.
I think that was a DFP.
Army.
Figure it out.
Yeah. There he is. There he or she. Let's go. All right. My bad. I read you're using him as Art Mommy. What's up, Artemy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Thank you.
Is it okay if I call you Art Mommy?
Yeah.
I'm just-
Our Tommy, but yeah.
I'm fucking with you. Art Tummy, technical project manager, digital and physical artist. Oh, I love that. Crypto connoisseur, continual Web3. You've got your hyper liquid ref link in bio from New York City. How you doing today?
All good. Amazing to be here, and thank you guys for having me here.
I
Incredible
love that.
opportunity.
You love to see an artist win in these raffles. Well, listen, there's only two things here: either a red guy or a CryptoPunk. Are you ready?
Yeah, of course. CryptoCoin it is.
CryptoPunk it is.
Will we go back to back?
Well, you win a red guy. Congratulations,
Let's
Art Tommy.
go. Thank you guys.
Congratulations. That's a nice one too, by the way. That's a mid tier. So you made $1,000 this morning, Art Tommy. Congratulations on the win. Tyler, noon, I'll be listening to Underexposed. And with the rest of y'all, see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.